I had it. Just trying to live, I don't know what they mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. I got tired of complaining, I gotta bitch change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day they take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Bulldogs and the Seattle Seahawks. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, fellas. What? Lady!
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On second down now, it's Stokes, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A very lengthy opening drive as this will be play number 12 coming on 3rd and goal. Here's Penny, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the intercept, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it'll bring up 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
You make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Check.
Now Rashad Penny. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, seam 6.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he finds Penny. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Set up, 10 logo.
58, come on. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 1, 2.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also...
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Lutz with the extra point. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Lutz now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Ready.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, Charlie. Step.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Godwin. It's
Their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Right there. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Penny. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Go. 58, boy. 58.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This quarterback now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Now back to throw. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
53, Mike 53. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check 53. I'm not ready. Mike 53. 53.
Ready?
They'll drop the throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go, let's go. Got it. 55, Mike 55. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep, man up, deep.
Bridgewater on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Looking here for Smith downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready? Hey, exit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one going to be complete to David Moore. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Looking to throw. It's caught. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He sets to fire. This is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now it's Penny running right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game, so they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap?
And this is caught, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what move? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they rattle off a big one. 41 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Bridgewater now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return. Stops.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Set. 18 Gator. X3. 218. Chop it. Sit.
On 1st down, Stokes. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sims. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. Myers' kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Here's Bridgewater. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Traquan Smith, an even 90 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Seahawks, 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
15, Mike, 15.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And all the way down to the 42. It's a big play there. 42 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Well, he's going to go for it all. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Able to knock it through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but now it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this offense on third down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Looking long for it. Got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. And what a big-time play there. And even 40 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Look at me, zipper!
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing is Bridgewater. Airing it out deep for Smith. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Bridgewater. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On second down, it's Stokes, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And now here's another interception. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 53's mine. All day, every day, any day.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Bandit.
Get it.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
The Seahawks send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35.